Capricorn, hello there my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-April 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Cappies. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we have for you this week. Talk to me, my gods. What do we got for Capricorn here in mid-April? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. What do we got for my friends? Talk to me, please. Nice and quick. Thank you. Okay, so this is a card of like a new beginning, new journey, new path. This is that Fool energy, and not fool in a bad way, right? We're going to have to peel back the layers on this because it has a lot of similarities, but some differences. And yeah, before we do, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look at this card. Now, this is an oracle deck, but this is literally a Fool figure here. So just like in the tarot deck, it speaks of new journeys, could be travel, distance, wanting to do something, a lot of motivation, get up and go. Just to mention, this could also be the sign of Aries, so you might be connected to one, or Spirit could be highlighting that. But the imagery of this card, this Fool is not in motion yet. It's about to start something, so you could be in the planning stages, or like a new cycle could be kicking over, which makes sense because in recent weeks I've been seeing karmic. But we even see it on the bottom. If you could see very closely, there's 3 Fool cards here. So hopefully you're not repeating a cycle, repeating a journey. But this bodes well for any new endeavor. So if you're starting a new job, new situation, new venture, enterprises, whatever it might be, anything new is highly favored here. And it could be jovial as well. So let's get into tarot. I always say with that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright before we get the intuitive, juicy stuff flowing. I'm going to shuffle it up one time here, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for Capricorn, please? Mid-April. So, speaking of recent weeks, last week's reading was titled Karmic Justice Incoming, and there was tons of karmic energy all throughout the reading. Now, when I reference karmic, I mean more in like the cycles of life or people getting back what they put out. So you might be living through certain archetypes like that, endings, beginnings, different things that fit that realm. Now, there's been a lot of communication and talk in recent weeks as well, so I'm really interested to see what we have for you this week. But as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could see your energy or somebody else's. All right, let's go. What do we got for Cappy, please? What do we got for the Capricorns, my gods? Thank you. All right, so communication showing up double, okay? We have the Page of Cups in position number 1. Interesting. Lots of conversation, lots of talking here. What are you talking about, my friends? We have the Ace of Swords, so 2 different communication styles for sure when we look at these 2 energies. Yeah, we're going to really have to decipher this, my friends. Let's get one more out here, then we'll really start to piece this all together. It's interesting to me that we're returning back to this communication style, and all low-numbered cards, a lot of new energy here. Even with that first oracle card, we're seeing it throughout the reading itself. 3 of Wands on the back end. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff flowing. Now, pardon me, at first glance, when I look down here, we have an even distribution of elements. We have water, we have air, we have fire. Now, they all mix and match in different ways. It'll be more important as we clarify. Could have individuals, tons of talking here, big card of manifesting, bringing things forth. But once again, all low numbered here, which new cycles. So we're seeing this. Position number 1, we have the Page of Cups, one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck. Now, I always say pages, they represent communication. They could also be students, so learning new things, expanding your mind in different ways. But a big thing with this Page of Cups, sure, it could be bashful sometimes, but it's more about an emotional talk or conversation, spilling those emotions for good, bad, or indifferent. So even with this Ace of Swords right next to it, there's big communication undertones this week already. It could be a younger individual showing up here. This could represent a water sign as well. But we're going to have to pull more detail out of this because with all these low numbers, I'm getting a lot of new energy here, Capricorn. Okay, and even if it's not literally new things coming in, it could be like new advancements or breakthroughs with certain things. Position number 2, as we press forward through the reading, we have the Ace of Swords. Now, whereas 10s represent the end of a cycle, aces represent the beginning. So we're seeing this cohesive theme. Now, the Sword of Truth, yes, it could be an opportunity as well. Could be something good about to pop off for the Capricorns. But there's a little edge to this card as well. It could be somebody that's very serious, stern, like the Queen of Swords, like the King of Swords, like it's straight to the point, no nonsense. This is someone with a very sharp intellect as well. So yes, it can be blunt words, whereas the Page of Cups is a little softer emotionally. This is very much blunt. Sometimes with the Ace of Swords, it could represent cutting certain things out of your life, whether it's behaviors, whether it's individuals, we'll just have to see. But once again, communication, but the mind as well, the thought process when we see this Ace of Swords. So as we press forward, let me fix these cards a little bit just so they're not all jumbled up as we press forward. But on the back end here, we have the Three of Wands, a good card. So I'm cautiously optimistic as we move through here, Capricorn. Now, the Three of Wands, you see that person, it looks like they're looking off into the distance. A lot of readers say it like, yeah, they're waiting on their ships to come in. This can be a card of planning, a card of strategy, distance, travel. These are all themes and archetypes with this card. But when I see it, I think of something that could be just within your reach, like it's right there. You're about to grab it. You're about to get it. Big energy of manifesting, creating, bringing things towards you. So I feel like it's very important, like when we get into the clarification stage of all this action, especially with all the new, we might be catching a glimpse of various different themes in life. But with this fire-air combination on the back, and I've been seeing that for you in recent weeks as well. But I want to dive deeper on all this action, Capricorn. Let's do that. We're going to jump in and clarify. All right. Yeah, let's get a good shuffle going here for you, my friends. What's going on with Capricorn, please? Let's reset this deck. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Page of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Capricorn, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Page of Cups time. Where's that page here for my Cappies, please? Let's see what this could be about. Thank you. And now we're getting this cycle thing. With every beginning or with every ending comes a new beginning. The Death card in the upright, don't be nervous about this card. Big Scorpio vibes right here in the front. So if you're connected to a Scorpio, they're being highlighted like double when we have this in the front end. Now, the Death card is once again another karmic card, another cyclical card. This is a good one though. From the ashes rises a phoenix. From an ending comes a new beginning. So I would feel very refreshed and rejuvenated with this type of energy, specifically under this Page of Cups. For some of you, yeah, this could be somebody that you have history with. I do get that. A lot of readers do link the Death card to like endings, but to me, this is more about rebirth, okay? So resurrecting something, bringing something back, new ideas, breathing life into things. So whether it's things that have failed in the past, when the Death card shows up, I feel like it could be new life being breathed into it. So we're going to keep moving. But I feel mainly right here on the front end, this is talking about a cycle, right? Ending, beginning, ending, beginning. So we want to see how it presses forward throughout this. For a lot of you, yeah, this could be some sort of conversation, some sort of talk. We'll get more detail as we move forward. So why is this Ace of Swords here? I feel like that could really clue us in. Why's that Ace of Swords here for Capricorn? Thank you. Yeah, stern, serious. Okay. Yeah, with the way this, you might be a little skeptical of somebody in this time, all right? With the King of Swords and the upright underneath this Ace of Swords, you could just really be about no BS, no games. You could be cutting lots of things out in your life, okay? Because we're talking cyclical. Yes, there's tons of like planning and strategy here as well. You might just be connected to an air sign. If not, when we have the King of Swords clarifying this Ace of Swords, intuitively to me, This tells me you might be very strict and stern in your ways. If we're talking conversation, you might reject somebody. You might turn them back. If you're a cross watcher, your Capricorns might be very serious, very structured, more so than usual here when we have this alignment in the center. And of course, this could just be someone telling it like it is, right? Like, I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm going to have an honest talk, honest communication here. I'm going to keep it real. Like, this is also a card of no games, no BS, like when I catch this in the middle. So yeah, maybe there is somebody trying to breathe new life or approach whatever it might be. But with this Ace of Swords, King of Swords, this is telling me that, like, yeah, you're just not going to be playing any sorts of games. And it can be that, you know, honest talk, honest communication. Let's see what's going on in the back end. And just know this, I will say this as well. In this time, people might find you intimidating with what we have here in the beginning, what we have in the middle. That's an energy I'm getting. That either someone finds you intimidating or they're a little bashful to approach. Let's see what's up with that Three of Wands. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. Totally different vibes here between the front and middle. So why is that Three of Wands here? Thank you. All right, this could be somebody feeling like they're waiting forever. Yet again, another karmic card showing up. So this is a theme you've been getting for weeks now, Capricorn, about these cycles, about these karmic things, karmic situations. The Seven of Pentacles in the upright. These are two big cards of waiting on something to bloom, being very patient. So there could be certain things you're going through. Yeah, it might be a little slow right now. You might feel like you're waiting on certain things to resolve, waiting to hear back from something as well. But this is a big card of reaping what you sow. A lot of you might feel like you've put a lot of good things out there to those around you, to the world itself. And those rewards could come back, okay? Especially when we have a card like the Death card. Now we have the Seven of Pentacles. This karmic boomerang type of energy that we saw last week is showing up once again with the Seven of Pentacles. But I do feel like this could be somebody getting rewarded in the end, like a payoff, a reward. Okay, like with the card of manifesting, the Three of Wands, something right in reach, and the Seven of Pentacles. So you might be rewarded in some sort of way, whether it's your patience being rewarded or literally being rewarded for good deeds. Lots of stuff happening here, Capricorn. Let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, I will say position 1 and 2, we have tons of communication and talking. But we have the Page of Cups with the Death card. I did feel like this could be somebody trying to, like, reinvigorate something or breathe life into something that may have failed in the past. That's a big possibility here. The Death card could be somebody wanting to talk about a cycle ending or a closing out of something. It doesn't necessarily feel bad to me here. It's like somebody wanting a new beginning or a new start in some area of life. That could even be you. You might just want to hit that reset button with something. In the center, though, we have the Ace of Swords, King of Swords. This is very much no nonsense to me. A lot of you could be playing no games, no BS, cutting things out of your life, cutting people, whatever it might be to you. This is very stern, straightforward. I was also getting the vibe of an honest talk, honest communication was showing up big here as well. But it's like we're getting so many different things, so many different stories. Could be somebody very bashful with the Page energy to the King to approach you or have a conversation. You might be a little intimidating here, Capricorn. On the back end, we have the Three of Wands, the waiting, with the Seven of Pentacles, the waiting. So you might feel like you're waiting for something, whether it's a result, whether it's hearing back from somebody. But luckily, what I was picking up here on the back end is the energy of being rewarded for one's patience or one's work, what one has put out. So this feels really good on the back end, whether it is a karmic reward or a payoff of some sort. Pretty good so far. I will say overall, the spread is pretty good. Let's get you a shadow card here. I'm going to shuffle it up one time and see what's in the shadows for you, Capricorn. I feel like there's a lot of different things to touch on this week. Remember, you could check your other alignments too. I always encourage that. Let's see what's up with Capricorn. And I like to end every reading with a shadow card. If you're a regular watcher, you already know that. But let's see what's in the shadows here. What is in the shadows for Capricorn? Thank you. Okay, Knight of Swords. So more of this, like, straightforward to the point. Like, yeah, if I want it, I'm going to go for it. It's a lot of interesting energy here. It's pent up a little bit, and it could be aggressive when we have this. Knight of Swords right here in the back. Now, for a portion of you, this could be an air sign that has left a scar, left a mark that you have history with. But the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. but it's also a cautionary tale. I didn't mention it here in the beginning, but one of the downsides of the Fool card is spontaneity. When we have the Knight of Swords in the shadows, this can also be a spontaneous type of energy, spontaneous type of card. So in this time, you might act a little outside yourself than you normally do. You might be prone to making spontaneous actions, having spontaneous talks, whatever it might be, but this can be confrontational. Okay, this could also be somebody feeling like they're getting ready to go to war. So just keep that in mind as you move through the week. You might be a little more aggressive than usual if that's not an air sign in your life. But yeah, Capricorn, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab at the end of the Fire Air readings this weekend. But for April, I'll be running it back and giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. It's a brand new deck and it's a lot of fun to work with. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which ones spoke to you most. You'll be entered to win. And at the end of April, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you next time.